I'm Sarah Barratt. I'm a partner in the Real Estate Dispute Resolution team here at Muckle, and I'm going to talk today about some of the new grounds for possession which will be brought in as a result of the Renters' Rights Bill. So there will be a new ground for possession which will enable a landlord to recover possession if they want to sell the property. Obviously there needs to be an intention to sell the property. That can't be used within the first 12 months of a tenancy, and you will need to give 4 months notice. But if the requirements are met, then you will have a mandatory possession ground. So if you have a tenant that is employed by you and their employment ends, if you have given them accommodation as a result of that employment, then currently there is a discretionary ground for possession, but that will become a mandatory ground for possession. So if their employment ends, you will be able to recover possession of property. In addition, there will be a new ground for possession. So if you have given accommodation temporarily, for example at the start of employment, and the requirement for that accommodation has come to an end and you need to give it to another employee, then you'll be able to recover possession on that basis as well. So if a landlord is being subject to enforcement action and they need to recover possession of the property in order to be able to comply with that enforcement action, then again a landlord will now have a mandatory ground of possession which they can use so that they can get the possession of the property back in order to comply with whatever enforcement action is being taken against them. Yeah, so there are some changes to the rent arrears grounds that will be coming in and which will affect landlords. So currently there are 3 grounds which can be used when there are rent arrears. Mandatory ground 8 and discretionary grounds 10 and 11, and that will continue to be the case. The changes that will be made are that in order to be able to rely upon the mandatory ground 8, there will now need to be 3 months worth of rent arrears or 13 weeks worth of rent arrears if rent is paid weekly or fortnightly. And in all cases, rather than the current 2-week notice period, that notice period will increase to 4 weeks. So Muckle can support landlords in preparing for the changes that will be brought in, including the new possession grounds as a result of the Renters' Rights Bill, by looking at what action can be taken before the bill becomes law, and once it is in place, to assist landlords with the new possession process and the new grounds for possession, to look at what might apply in certain circumstances, and if you do need to take action to recover possession of property, to assist with that.